I introduced legislation, the Grassley-Cruz legislation, designed to go after felons and fugitives and those with serious mental illness when they lie and try to illegally buy a gun, to prosecute them and put them in jail, to ensure that our databases are complete. You know, in Texas, we've seen far too many of these mass shootings, including the horrific crime in Sutherland Springs. I was there at that beautiful church the day after that shooting.
Hello, today I will tell you about a profitable way to earn cryptocurrency. Exactly in 1 minute, we can earn from 10 to 50% to the amount. The strategy of earning is to buy cryptocurrency on one exchange and sell on another, and the profit we will get thanks to the difference in exchange rates on the exchanges. To begin, we will need to go to the site Binance, buy cryptocurrency, for example, Bitcoin. Then go to the Dampo's website and sell Bitcoin on it. After that, we withdraw the received money back to Binance. As you can see, initially on Binance I had 4,000 USDT, and after my strategy on the balance of $5,200. And in this way, we can earn many times. The strategy may change, so get in before it's too late.
In that instance, that mass murderer should have been in jail. But the Obama administration failed to report his felony conviction in the Air Force to the database. So when he went to purchase his firearm, the background check came up clean. Had Grassley-Cruz passed into law, it mandated the Department of Justice conduct an audit of federal crimes to make sure those convictions are in the database. Presumably that audit would have caught that felony conviction. Not only that, Grassley-Cruz also created a gun crime task force to prosecute felons who try to illegally buy firearms, which means that deranged mass murderer would have been in prison, incarcerated, instead of in that beautiful church murdering those innocent people. We had a vote on the Senate floor on Grassley-Cruz. It got a majority of senators voted for it. 52 senators voted for it. That was in the Harry Reid Democrat Senate, a majority Democrat Senate. Now, you might think, okay, a bipartisan majority, surely this passed. Well, no. Turns out Senate Democrats filibustered Grassley-Cruz. They demanded 60 votes. And my Democratic colleagues who are here today all voted for the filibuster to stop Grassley-Cruz from going into effect. Why was that deranged shooter not in jail? Because the approach of today's Senate Democrats is to try to go after the firearms of law-abiding citizens instead of targeting the violent criminals that are the real threat. Now, domestic violence is a horrific scourge. Far too many women, children, and even some men are victims of domestic violence. But yet, when it comes to firearms, yes, are used by violent criminals, but they are also used over and over and over again by victims of violent crimes to defend themselves. If any of us could pass a law to end domestic violence in America, we would happily and enthusiastically do so. I have, over the course of the past 2 decades, dealt with far too many families who have lost loved ones to violent crime, to homicide. It is horrific. It is evil. But disarming people in situations where they themselves are potentially at risk risks increasing the chances of violence. If you have an individual that may be a victim of domestic violence, preventing that individual from defending herself or himself is a uniquely bad idea. Chairman referenced that the states adopt laws to address these issues, and I think that is the right approach. Unsurprisingly, the people of the state of Texas make different decisions about how to handle these issues than perhaps the people of Connecticut or California or New York. That's how our constitutional system was meant to operate. And so I wish we had a hearing focused on how to stop violent crime. I wish we had a hearing focused on the skyrocketing murder rates in this country that we're seeing right now. I wish we had a hearing focused on the skyrocketing carjacking rates that we're seeing in this country right now. I wish we had a hearing focused on the policies advocated by congressional Democrats of abolishing the police and defunding the police that caused the crime to skyrocket. I wish we had a hearing on Soros DAs that were elected with millions of dollars from Democratic donors who get into office and refuse to prosecute violent criminals, release violent criminals onto the street, and then allow those violent criminals to commit yet more murders. That would be a hearing with some urgency. That would be a hearing where we are seeing people being killed over and over and over again, but that hearing does not fit the political agenda of my Democratic colleagues. Thank you.
We're going to hear from Senator Wyden. There are rebuttals to what you just heard, but in the interest of time, I'm going to move to my colleague from Oregon, Senator Wyden.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman, let me just note that for years,
I'll tell you, I've been to the border. I've been to the Biden cages. For 4 years, Democrats went on and on and on. The corrupt corporate media went on and on and on about kids in cages. You couldn't turn on the evening news without hearing kids in cages. What they didn't tell you is Barack Obama built those cages, and today under Joe Biden, the cages are bigger and they're more full than they were before. Mr. President, every Democrat who stood up and lamented kids in cages in the House of Representatives, Representative Ocasio-Cortez has a famous photo of her grasping her head by the kids in cages. Well, I'm going to give a simple challenge for Representative Ocasio-Cortez and for every Democrat in this body. Go see the Biden cages with your own eyes. I've seen them, the Donna tent facility with over 4,000 people, with little boys and little girls on top of each other. Just a couple of weeks ago when I was in the Rio Grande Valley, the rate of COVID positivity in the Biden cages was over 22%. And all the Democrats who talked about this, if they don't go, if they don't denounce the Biden cages, then they're telling you that they're hypocrites, that they didn't believe it when they said it, that they didn't care about it when they said it, that it was all politics. It wasn't about their kids. Why does Joe Biden refuse to go to the Rio Grande Valley? Because if he goes, the TV cameras will come with him. Why does Kamala Harris, who's supposed to be the border czar, she's supposed to be in charge of this, why won't she go to the Rio Grande Valley? Because if she went, the TV cameras would come and would show the Biden cages. And the Democrats are counting on the corrupt corporate media to suddenly say, nothing to see here. 15,000 Haitians under a bridge in Del Rio, nothing to see here. Unfortunately.
Hello, today I will tell you about a profitable way to earn cryptocurrency. Exactly in 1 minute, we can earn from 10 to 50% to the amount. The strategy of earning is to buy cryptocurrency on one exchange and sell on another, and the profit we will get thanks to the difference in exchange rates on the exchanges. To begin, we will need to go to the site Binance, buy cryptocurrency, for example Bitcoin, then go to the Dampo's website and sell Bitcoin on it. After that, we withdraw the received money back to Binance. As you can see, initially on Binance I had 4,000 USDT, and after my strategy on the balance of $5,200. And in this way, we can earn many times. The strategy may change, so get in before it's too late.
What is happening is the intended results of Democrats. It's not accidental. They intend this. Title 42 enables us to stop people who are public health threats, particularly during the COVID pandemic, from coming into this country. It is the one legal tool that the Biden administration has yet to gut, and they're in active discussions about gutting that as well, and so allowing yet more illegal immigrants with COVID-19 into the country. I introduced legislation to preserve Title 42. 0 Democrats are sponsoring it. Last year, I introduced legislation to prevent the Biden administration from sending millions of dollars of stimulus payments to millions of illegal immigrants. Every single Democrat voted no, all of them. Failed by one vote. If one Democrat had voted for it, we would have stopped the Biden administration from sending stimulus checks to millions of illegal immigrants, but every Democrat supported it. I'm the author of Kate's Law,